Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's me and Mr.Scented again. We are gonna tell you guys the best fragrances for teens slash guys in their early 20s. So, Mr.Scented, take it away.
Well, we've been taking care of ourselves a lot, but we got to take care of the young fellas out there too, because some of you guys might not know.
The young fellas, half of them clicked out by now.
We'll get you back in later. Yeah, a lot of these are from my personal collection that I've worn. Now things change over the years, but I have had good experience with a lot of these.
Yeah, you wish you had known them when you were a teen?
Yeah, instead of going to Shoppers and picking up whatever is,
Yeah, we wish we had us when we were teens. So here we go.
Okay, first one you really need to know about is Versace blue jeans, right? Very cheap, very good. This is, you can probably classify this as like a staple.
It's a staple, every guy needs it. It's very sexy, very easy to enjoy. It's a sweet kind of vanillic lavender scent for guys.
Yeah, it's kind of that lavender, a little bit a step above your typical Axe body spray and everything. Very cheap on the wallet. You're not going to go wrong with this. Girls are going to like it. Your bros are going to like it. Everything is fine. This one you should definitely have in your collection. Next up we have Montblanc Individuel.
You really can't go wrong with any Montblanc, but we personally really like this one. I really like it. It has a nice balance of sweetness. It has vanilla. It's a very youthful but not immature scent, and it actually smells a lot like Creed's original Scentel. You get a very similar scent profile with the scent.
It's a very easy to reach freshie. This is like a typical men, guys freshie. You
can actually probably overspray this and you wouldn't really offend anyone. There's a lot of great scents from Montblanc. They do really good budget-friendly scents. They have one that smells like Aventus. Was that Montblanc Explorer in the black bottle? That one's very good as well. They actually don't really smell synthetic or cheap, and I think perfect for the younger crowd.
Yeah, like a men's sporty, fresh fragrance. Okay, so let's say you want to explore more, right? You want to get out of that typical freshy kind of thing. I think your first stepping stone to that, Burberry London for Men. Okay, now I say stepping stone because this might be a bit intense for you at the beginning, but eventually you're going to get there. You're not going to be young forever, right? It's
very rich. This one's very warm. If you have like a facial hair situation going on, you can totally rock this. This is for like more serious guy. Yeah, it's like a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet, very, very sexy, a little bit lumberjack vibes.
Tobacco, leather, not a freshie like at all, but right, you want something else that's going to be like an evening kind of intriguing scent. Like it's cheap enough and it's going to get you into that world. You need to start somewhere, right? This is a good reach for that. In the same idea, we have Spice Bomb by Viktor&Rolf. You can't forget about Rolf. They're both in them. This is like another spicy type of getting totally far from that freshy kind of thing. You're trying to get into a more spicy, more cinnamon, more like interesting kind of scent profile.
Like your first man vibes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not everything has to smell like a fresh, sporty, like Axe kind of thing. This will get you going just the same as a previous one.
So Burberry London is a lot more deep, sweet, heavy, like cold weather only. This one I think you could easily pull off in the warmer weather. It has some freshness, a little bit of like a peppery kick, fresh cinnamon. It's airier, but same vibe.
Now, if you're going to be a baller about it, there's pretty much only one place that you can go.
Where's that?
To the Pacific Rock Moss by Goldfield&Banks, by the way. This one here is basically going to be one of your best go-to aquatic, fresh, kind of sporty fragrances. You just have to realize it's going to differentiate itself from all the normal cheapies, but it's totally worth it. Like if you can spend $1 on it, even I, like to this day, like that scent profile. It's very likable. It has a sweetness to it. Very fresh, very sporty, but it's just done well. Like the price obviously reflects that you are paying for something. Definitely something to splurge on a little bit if you want to kind of take that scent profile up to a more bougie level.
There's a promo code that we have with So Avant-Garde. It's IANA20. It'll get you 20% off, which is pretty decent savings on this scent because I think it's hard to find at discount retailers at this point.
Okay, next one we have is Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. Okay, this is pretty much like somewhat of a version of Sauvage, but better. I mean, you really should be, between them two, pick this one. I wore this one for years. I still like it. I think this is a staple in a lot of people's collection. And it's more mature smelling than you would think, but it's very, very good. And it's very cheap for the younger crowd, even up until the older crowd. It just does a good job.
Okay, next up is Commodity Moss. This is like verging into niche territory, but super likable. It is the best citrus fragrance. What do you think?
This one I still actually like to this day, but it's just a very likable citrus. Very easy on the nose. It's a good blend on this one.
The thing with citruses is a lot of the times designer citruses can smell like a cleaning product. This one actually smells really high quality. It's mostly bergamot. So bergamot is like the kind of citrus that you smell in Earl Grey tea that's bergamot infused. So that type of vibe. But you get some earthiness, a little bit of like musky vibes. It's really nice. There's eucalyptus in here. It's different and it's still extremely likable. We're gonna touch on both of these at the same time. We have YSL L'Homme and YSL La Nuit de l'Homme. Take it away.
Yeah, so this would be your go-to, how do you even describe this? It's like a powdery, gentle, all-arounder. Think of it like that. You can wear this winter, summer, night, day, it doesn't matter. This is not gonna offend anybody. If you just want like a good all-around scent, go for this one. This would be your sexy, seductive alternative. You're going out on a date, going for whatever the case, switch to that one. If you're doing like a morning, non-date kind of activity, you can do this one instead.
This one's super cozy. Like, you just want to cuddle into this scent. This one, you want to do more.
Really? Allure Homme Sport by Chanel. Now this one, you got to be a little bit of a baller for this one as well, but this is basically like your typical sporty fragrance, but done well, right? So just like how the Goldfield&Banks was basically the bougie version of a citrus kind of fragrance, this is like your typical sporty, if you want to kind of kick it up a notch.
I like this one because it has a mintiness about it, but also has a fuzzy quality. Like, it really kind of smells fuzzy. It's different. It's Chanel. It's very, very well done. And this is actually the Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. The original Allure Homme Sport is a little bit more citrusy.
The next one we'll talk about is Bois de Vetiver by Karl Lagerfeld. Okay, so this is basically your introduction to vetiver scent, which is another take on a fresh scent, but it's a little bit different. It's kind of more rooty than your typical like citrus or sporty kind of fresh scent.
This fragrance has a really bright orange scent in the opening, but you get that rooty quality of vetiver. It's like a woody, kind of rooty, a little bit earthy. Like, it smells really, really nice. Vetiver on its own isn't that great, but here it's combined with a lot of other notes that it works really well. I wouldn't fully call this a freshie, though it has like fresh aspects to it.
If you want a different take on what you would probably consider fresh, give this one a try, or give things with the vetiver a try, because it's not something that you probably smelt already, but it gives it that little bit of a different smell that will differentiate it from a lot of stuff that you might be used to. Next one I'm going to mention is what I consider, it's Versace Dreamer. This is what I would consider maybe your introduction to like a fresh barber shop scent. Okay, very cheap, but it doesn't smell that way. This is kind of like and the cap is missing, excuse that part, but basically it also has darker notes to it too. Like, there's almost like a tobacco, it's very fresh, but a tobacco-y kind of citrus type of blend. But ultimately I think you would just classify this as like, if you want that proper like fresh barbershop scent.
Yeah, but it's a little bit different because of that added tobacco. It almost smells a little bit dusty. Like, it's cool. It's unusual. It's a barbershop scent, but it's done well. It is definitely like a budget masterpiece.
Yeah. Last one I will share with you. This was and still is part of my collection. Boss Bottled. Now this one's the intense version. That one's discontinued. You won't be able to find it. But the original one and several other flankers are still going to be out there. This, to me, really is kind of your like introduction to that like boss scent. As cheesy as that sounds, like if you want to kind of feel like a boss like that, it's a bit more sophisticated. Yeah. It's a bit more like you can pull it off at work in a kind of suit. Like, you don't want to go with those cheapy sporty scents for that one.
Sure.
But if you're trying to pull off a nice suit and be a little bit more mature for like a job interview or whatever, try doing that one. I really enjoyed it and still do enjoy it for those kind of purposes. slightly spicy, maybe a little
Yeah,
bit.
there's cinnamon. It is very likable. There's apple, cinnamon, vanilla. Like super likable. To me, it almost smells like kind of like apple pie vibes, but still like a cologne, you know. But you get a little bit of an apple pie vibe. There's like a sexy facet to it. It's very friendly, very likable. But yeah, it's still kind of assertive, like boss-like for sure.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
So that's it for our top picks for teens/early 20s. These fragrances will get you started. They'll kind of get you where you want to be going with your fragrance journey. They smell youthful. They get the job done.
They do, and then you can take it from there. That's going to open you up to all kinds of different scents where you can explore further.
Yeah, if you want to. Or if you just want to, if you're not a frag head, you just want a good scent, that's it. You got it. I hope you guys enjoyed and found it helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.